Hello, YouTubers. Joe Kersey here on Monday, February 5th, 2018 at 1900 in the evening Eastern Time. I sound like my voice is not as resonant and as loud as it ought to be here. Are we okay? Are we up? Are we okay? The afternoon, the afternoon draws to a close. The evening starts. I spent a moderate amount of time this afternoon watching this Spartacus DVD that my friend Tony Pincham sent me from the UK. It's one of these movies that is so bad. I mean, well, I know it was a TV series. It's one of these things that is so bad that you can't stop watching it. You know, all of the special effects and the lines are just so cliched as to be. First of all, the special effects are really bad. You know, it's not quite as bad and obvious as, like, you know, Harry Hallinghazen or Harry, you know, the guy that first did the stuff in the sci-fi movies. You know, when they cut somebody's head off or arm off, it's like some sort of model. And I would have loved to have had the fake blood concession and flogged that to the production company for this thing. I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's so grotesque, it's fun. It's sort of not anything I would have bought for myself. I will say the redeeming value of it for me is that there's a lot of guys running around with essentially no clothes on. You know, one takes one's pleasures where one can. So many thanks, Tony Pincham, for that one. Here's an oddball little tidbit, and I don't make this stuff up. I merely say what happens in my life. Tony also sent me a DVD about a Battle of Britain guy. I can't remember the title of it right now. I'm sure he's going to tell me. That's okay, good, because I flat out forgotten it, and I'm not going to go back and thrash around and find it. But when I opened it, you know, that's great. Oh, that's neat. I'll watch it. You know, and I set it on the kitchen table behind, just immediately behind my computer, my laptop. You know, and I tend to sort of leave things sit out there for a few days, unless I've got to clear the table off, because I've got things sort of like in progress that I do. And after about 3 days, I picked the thing up and I put it on top of my billfold over in front of the big TV over here. That's sort of like a parking orbit, you know, when I decide what I'm going to do. Because when I move stuff over there, that means I'm getting ready to watch it. So I went over there, you know, maybe a couple days later. So we're now talking about 5 or 6 days after the thing came in. And apparently Tony had this sent from the United States, so he didn't send it from the UK. No good. So my original thesis probably was not true. So it makes it even more of an enigma now. There was this kind of black, well, not black, it was like a brownish, almost black, oily, but not quite truly full viscous oily substance coming off of the side of the DVD case. Now, I had not taken the DVD out of the cellophane. This was coming out of, through or out of the cellophane wrapper. Um, I'd set the thing down on my wallet, and there was a little bit on that. I thought maybe I'd spilled something. I thought, oh, I've spilled some wine, or I've spilled some beer on this stuff. No, 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 because the stuff underneath of it was completely fine. You know, my spare battery for my Leica camera is fine. The change and a you know, a AAA membership card lying on the thing was fine. And there was just this little bit on the wallet. And so I was able to clean that off. I've got some gun degreaser. I was able to clean it off. I had to use my gun degreaser to clean it off. And then yesterday I found this black, brown, really thick, sticky crap on the table right in front of my computer. I had not noticed that before, and it encased my mouse cable. You know, it encased my mouse cable. I know, what the hell? And then I kind of put two and two together, so I have no idea what was going on. I originally thought, like, oh, the customs people have smeared stuff on this, you know, as it came into the United States to see if it had explosives in it, and it's been a late. Clearly, if it came from the United States, that's not the case. So I have no idea what to make of that. But there was no way in hell I was going to open this thing and screw around with this crap and get this crap on my hands anymore. This was just absolutely strange. So there's that little bit of an adventure. Meanwhile, let's go on to other things. Now, I may have mentioned in this morning's video or the earlier video that I made today that I've been getting a number of new subscribers. Well, and commenters. Okay, and that's great. That's always wonderful to have. And I've had now 3 or 4, I'll say 3 that I know of for sure. Commenters that would be considered below the legal age, you know, legal age of 18. Well, I mean, that's most countries, they say it's 18. Some countries say it's 16. By legal age, I mean that usually means sexual age, and I'm not trying to have sex with these people. I'm here to interact with people in a verbal way if they watch my material. And I'm glad to do so. Now, admittedly, you know, this isn't like when I grew up, when interested, caring adults can interact with younger people in a caring way. No, that's considered suspect nowadays. And I don't do that much anyway now, and I rarely did it even before now, you know, now. Just one, I just frankly don't give a fuck most of the time, okay? But if they take the time to comment and watch, I'll take the time to try to comment back courteously and encourage them. If they, and particularly if they have questions, technical questions about YouTube tube equipment and how to do it and so forth. So, I guess there was a young individual out of Hawaii that commented a couple times, and I, replied back to her. And I guess some guy, some guy had said, this was on a golden oldie. This was from a video of mine from 2014. And I get, time to time I get people commenting on golden oldies, and which is fun. And this guy says, I didn't realize people your age were on YouTube. And I said, well, I mean, we're obviously sort of a bit of an outlier, but yeah, we're here, And then she chimed in and said, "Oh, that's very rude." And I said, "Well, wait a minute now. I mean, he's doing nothing more than stating a fact. You know, I mean, I certainly didn't take any offense at that. Now, I hardly think that's encouraging her to any, me encouraging her to any perverse act with me. My son thought that this might be some sort of scam by the police department, and hell, maybe it is. I don't know. I will say that perhaps the police department thing didn't occur to me, but there was another fellow who was 12 out of Edinburgh, and he wanted to meet me when I flew into the UK last year, and I said, "You better be sure you have your parents drive you there and are there when you meet me." Well, as it turned out, my flight got delayed, so I don't know if that would have worked out or not. I'm just as glad it didn't. But it wasn't like I didn't foresee potential problems and hadn't put on the record that you better be sure you got your parents with you. So it's not like I'm, babe out of the barn on this stuff, I've never been big on tone. Now, my ex-wife and Thomas's mother was always big on tone. And she says, "I don't like your tone." Well, how the petard swings around and bashes you in the head, huh? Let's just read you a little bit of this stuff here. So he says he was having a look at my latest YouTube offering, so he tried to download the latest printer software for his mother's printer. He says it's taking forever. Well, I sympathize with him on that because the last time I had to do that, it took the better part of a morning. Says you need to be really careful with these minors leaving comments. They are either A, scammers looking to hook you into something, or B, some pedophile police program looking to bust people for corruption of minors. Either way, beware of even replying to them. Hell, I'd delete them. There's no any 11-year-old girls watching your stuff. Trust me on this. Well, I don't know. Along with that, there are another group of brothers who used to do all sorts of dumbass things. And the oldest one would comment on my stuff. And after about 8 videos, his dad basically took away his camera and he was gone for about 3 years from YouTube. So he came back a severely chastened lad, and he didn't comment on any of mine, but I did see him come back. Because I never unsubscribed to a lot of these people. They sort of wander back in every now and again. And I did say then, if my friend Tony comes up for part of 1 weekend when we are in Durham, you two must set aside some special time to really, really have a go at maybe about my judgment or lack thereof. You'll have a field day. It will leave you both feeling euphoric. I said, none of the stuff you say to me, by the way, is nothing that has not already occurred to me. I appreciate your caring, but I have walked these paths before. And then I waited a half hour and I said, and we're back. I said, I do appreciate your concern for me. I do appreciate your suggestions, 95% of which have already occurred to me. What I most certainly do not appreciate is your patronizing tone in which you deliver them to me. Then I detail the 3 examples that I've already told you about. And then I go on to really make the point. I think it is the 50-year age difference in being open to other people and possibilities, and Lord knows I'm hardly that. But you make me look like a wanton profligate, or I make you look like the most uptight dude on Central Ohio's green earth when you get going on about all this privacy stuff. Hell, it's YouTube. Come on. My life has always been an open book after I vowed to, here we go, never live as an ongoing lie at age 28. I'm going to say that again. My life has always been an open book after I vowed to never live as an ongoing lie at age 28. There I go by the grace of God. If that is a problem for you, then there is nothing I can do about it. I understand that much of your gain is turned up high on this issue, given that you work for the Roman Catholic Church. And as I often say, let those with ears hear. I do appreciate his caring. That's very nice. I think I'll put the second part of this up into a different video. But that dealt with that topic. So I'll say bye-bye YouTubers for now. All right.